Hey, what's up, y'all? It's poppin'. It's D. Boss react to this vid by Black T Blog. This is Nicki Minaj SLAMS. Kyle and the neighborhood talk for shady posts and biased reporting. Full breakdown. Oh, I do see the neighborhood talk posts on IG sometimes. But I feel like this is not very typical of Nicki Minaj. When she speaks about people saying things about her, it's usually in general. I could be wrong, but I feel like the things that I've seen, she's speaking in general, but she's actually like pointing out like, hey, y'all on some bullshit. Y'all are specifically coming for me. I don't appreciate it, da da da. So yeah, let's see, what's exactly going on, because, I'm out the loop. Let's watch.
And for everybody that has something to say, because people always tagging Nicki in it, Nicki this, Nicki that, Nicki that. Y'all start to realize I went on Clean Radio, just like I went on The Real, just like I went on Fox 5, Atlanta. I go and report and do a job. When I would go on Clean Radio with Nicki, they would be in the studio. You know where I would be? In the waiting room, by myself, looking at the TV, on the phone with my friend. And so they would come out and be like, hey, Kyle, they're ready for you. They would take me in. They would take me in. And then I would leave right after. Do my little 10 questions, go right on home. I didn't stay. I don't drink. I didn't party with them. I don't know what they did. Like, I don't know what people think my relationships are with people. Like, these people are not my best friends. Like, we do not go out and drink and go to the hookah lounge and kiki. We do not do that. We don't. I haven't talked to Nicki in like a minute because it's a business thing. It's all business.
And shout out again to all those people who hate my guts, but is sitting in a quiet place listening
Black
to
T
my
Blog
show.
is about to go in.
You are disgusting sick, okay?
She don't Nicki style all day.
I'm gonna get stuck now. What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ebony. Alright, you guys, we have a topic I want to discuss, and it's none other than the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj, slamming Kyle from the neighborhood talk 2. Not only calling him out for his recent biased reporting, but she's also calling him out because she feels he's been ungrateful. Mind you, Nicki Minaj was one of the driving forces to help Kyle get his blog some subscribers and followers following his termination from the Shade Room. Now, you guys know yesterday was a hot mess on Twitter. You had Cardi B and Akbar V going back and forth online. Now, while this was going on, Nicki Minaj did take to her Twitter account to just post some tweets, right? She posted a handwriting emoji, and she also said, "Still ugly, by the way." Now, after this happened, this is where we saw Kyle from the neighborhood talk post Nicki's tweets on his blog. Now, to give you guys some context, he actually posted Cardi B and Akbar V fighting on Twitter before he posted Nicki. So it led people to subsequently believe that Nicki Minaj was out here shading Cardi B. And he said this, Nicki with some tweets earlier. Now, Nicki Minaj was not here for it. She actually said on Twitter, "Here comes Kyle the dud." And then she jumped into his comments to really let him have it. Nicki Minaj said this, "You turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to people tweeting about me for months at a time when I was minding my business. Now you trying to involve me in some clown-ish? Here you go, trying to involve me in some clown-ish. Stop effing posting me. Why you ain't post everything else I tweeted about YouTube? You really out here capping for people who got you fired. You was singing a different tune when I was letting you come to Clean Radio to boost your audience when you was left for dead. Mad because you had to delete the fake stats you got paid to post? You like being called a black roach, don't you?" Now, Nicki Minaj is referring the fake stats to the situation that I spoke on yesterday of Cardi B and Glorilla allegedly breaking a YouTube record. This was not true. This was actually posted by the Neighborhood Talk, but it did not have a watermark. Kyle jumped into his own comments and said it was posted by a music agency, which means the music agency would have had to pay Kyle to use his Neighborhood Talk logo, right? Not the watermark, but the actual name to post these fake stats. So in my opinion, he would have gotten paid. Nobody can just use your brand and post an ad. You have to get some revenue from that ad, right? Due to copyright, etc. And that's just my opinion. Now, after this happened, this is where we saw the Neighborhood Talk actually issue a statement, which I felt was highly unprofessional, and they did end up deleting it. But they said this has got to end. Now, we show you the most love on our platform day in and day out of everybody. I have a full team that works on this page. I can take the attacks, but this energy towards me is unwarranted when I've shown you nothing but the utmost respect. Even at my prior place of employment, to the point I had to ask permission to post you because I showed too much love. I helped you just like you helped me. No one is mad about taking an ad down that I told them was incorrect. I took it down myself. I would be more than willing to show you the receipts if you had asked. It also says, my first and only time speaking on this publicly. We won't be covering this anymore. God bless. You all make everything personal to me when this is a business. Now, this was very, very unprofessional and also kind of contradictory, right? How are you saying that you can take the attacks in your statement, but this energy towards me is unwarranted? Well, if you can take the attacks, you don't even need to make this post, right? The post is unwarranted because you can take the attacks. Also, instead of you posting a statement, it could have been so easy for you to jump into her DMs and talk to her about it and say, look, I have the receipts. Let me prove to you what I have been doing. That's just my opinion, okay? Now, Nicki Minaj responded and she said, you helped me? Just how? I helped you. Imagine typing this. Imagine reading it back. Imagine posting it. Imagine being fired. Then given a platform on Apple, their #1 show that's still being imitated till this day with the global icon Onika Tanya on several shows to shine your light, to create your own page and following since no one even knew you or what you look like, sounded like, etc. Imagine your blog page being deleted once you start doing good for yourself and the icon helping to get it back for you. Imagine now capping for the people who got you fired to begin with. Dear Dud, anyone that's ever made this mistake of biting the hand that fed them as it relates to me lives to regret it. Now from this day forth, you'll see that play out. It's one of the sure things in life. Blessings to all. Nicki goes on to say this, let this be your clear sign today. Stop helping people. They never appreciate it ever. The people you do the most for are the ones who secretly hate and envy you. Save your money for your children only. Stop. I repeat, stop helping people. Help children only. Those people you help today will only turn around tomorrow and say you never helped them. Minimize the help you gave them or gaslight and say, why are you bringing this up? I don't know who needed to hear that, but stop helping people. Take it from me. Well, the queen said what she had to say, and she's very much correct. Like I said, in this situation, Kyle had so much to post about, and we're going to get into Nicki Minaj and YouTube in a second, but there were so many other stories that Kyle could have covered, and he knew that he is the head of the business. I'm so tired of people saying, this is a business. I have people working for me. You also have protocols, right? And you also have people in place who can assess you and ask you questions like, hey, Kyle, we saw this post. We're thinking about posting this. What do you think? If you have the utmost respect for Nicki Minaj, that should have been an easy behind the scenes fix. But instead, you brought an apology on Instagram, right? Contradicted yourself and then stood up there and deleted it at the end. Talk about a mess. Now, I also want to talk about Nicki Minaj calling out YouTube for allegedly restricting her video. Now, you guys know Nicki Minaj and the Little Miss remix with Skang was released, and the video is pretty much very good. All the women were very, very pretty. It was a good vibe, and to be quite honest, there wasn't anything that should be restricted, especially if you have videos like WAP and some other videos that are not restricted on YouTube right now. Now, Nicki Minaj had so much to say about YouTube, and she started with this. Imagine this. They restricted my effing video, but have things a million effing times worse on their bogus effing platform.
Been complaining about
this is
YouTube.
what they do to keep you from winning while doing ads for other people and posting fake stats, because the same people who run YouTube are in bed with a certain record label and management company. Go suck out your mother big poom poom. It better not be you. This was done to stop us from getting a lot of views in the first 24 hours. The duds at my label allow people to use my videos all the time to promote Weak-ish, but said we can't buy promo for my videos. It's time y'all tell people that you're in bed with a whole record label and management company. How long have y'all been playing the numbers games to lie and pretend people are doing good when they're not? How much ad space did these duds purchase to be promoted on my channel in the last 5 years? Now, Nicki Minaj is not lying about this, and I'm going to tell you what part she, in my opinion, is not lying about. If you guys go searching certain female rappers, right, and a lot of times it is because the algorithm believes that these two artists are in some type of relation to each other. So people are searching for Cardi B, but they are seeing Nicki Minaj content, vice versa. So it's an algorithm game. It's all on the back end. It's stuff that we actually never see, okay? So Nicki Minaj voicing her frustration is pretty much valid. I don't think her video was anywhere near some of the other stuff that I've seen on YouTube. But look, that is just my opinion. I want to hear from you guys down.
Yeah, YouTube been shady. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. They've been on some dumb shit. As far as Brace Face and Neighborhood Talk, I mean, at first I was like, I understand what he's saying because it is a business. It's not personal. But if you're posting shit and making it seem like something's happening that actually isn't, that is kind of trifling, especially because she's helped you. So you're trying to make it seem like, oh, look, Nicki Minaj was saying that Cardi is still ugly. She's trying to reference this situation that's going on. It's like, no, that's not what she was doing. So you're kind of, manipulating shit to make her look bad when she is the one that put you on. I had no idea that the Neighborhood Talk was ran by this guy who was fired from the Shade Room. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, that is kind of trifling. Hearing the whole story, I can see why she would be upset. That does sound like a bit much, but I don't know. I do still feel like going back and forth with these blogs and particular people, it's kind of, it's a lose-lose situation. Like, if you say something, like, you look crazy because people are just like, you a celebrity. Like, why are you arguing with these people who are below you? Like, you should be worried about your kid and worried about your music and worried about, more important shit. But then if you don't say anything, people will believe what he's implying. They'll believe that you're being shady and you're trying to come at Cardi when you wasn't. So, it is a lose-lose situation. It does suck. That's the, negative about being a celebrity. So it is what it is. What the fuck is this music though? When is her album dropping? I still don't know. Nobody's told me what the fuck is going on. Little Miss remix with Skang. I ain't heard this. And these views seem pretty low for Nicki Minaj, and it's probably because this shit is restricted. Does it say that though? It don't say it's age restricted. Usually it'll say it in the description. So maybe YouTube got spooked and was like, all right, let's unage restrict it. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Y'all let me know what y'all thought though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.